go, go, go!
Take cover!
You cannot sleep, you cannot eat. Every second you think that you will hit by the missile.
My biggest fear is something will happen to me and my kids will be without me.
They want us to surrender. They want us to give up. These are not the things that we are willing to accept.
I'm not afraid to die in the city I was born.
The last place I think most Ukrainians would want to go now is into Russia or into Belarus, which has been working very closely with Russian forces. So the flows that you're seeing are mostly to the west.
Go, go, go! Move!
This is video into us from Irpin, coming under heavy bombardment as Russian forces attempt to surround the capital. Ukraine accuses Moscow of breaking its word twice over the weekend. It promised a ceasefire and safe passage for civilians. That did not happen.
These are angry locals near the port city of Kherson. They are squaring off with heavily armed Russian soldiers. Russian troops did fire their weapons into the air in an attempt to disperse the crowd.
They want us to surrender. They want us to give up. They want us to roll over. And these are not the things that we are willing to accept.
They are exhausted, they are scared, they're cold, and then trying to figure out what's going to happen next.
Ми звикли говорити, понеділок день важкий. В країні війна, тож кожен день понеділок.
Sumy has also repeatedly come under heavy bombardment since the invasion began. A local Ukrainian official says at least 21 civilians, including 2 children, have been killed by the Russian attack.
In Mariupol, for example, they claim that Russians are again shelling that evacuation route. This is a pattern that we've seen now for 4 straight days, where ceasefires have been announced, but they have crumbled.
They can't fight Ukrainian army, so they're shooting at children, at elderly people, at those that are having no arms on themselves.
Please pray with us, pray for our kids. My biggest fear is like something will happen to me and my kids will be like without me.
You cannot sleep, you cannot eat. Every second you think that you will hit by the missile. And every evening I was thinking that, oh God, let me live until the morning.
Some of the tens of thousands of civilians trapped by Russian forces have finally made their escape. Partial ceasefires took effect in a number of areas today, opening up humanitarian corridors.
We are enforcing the most significant package of economic sanctions in history.
Coca-Cola, Starbucks, McDonald's also today announced it was stopping business in Russia temporarily.
We will not give up. We will fight till the end, at sea, in the air.
He has not changed their minds. NATO and all the members of that alliance have steadfastly said they have no ability or willingness to establish a no-fly zone over Ukraine.
Авиация сработала по роддому. Вот вам россияне.
The health system is becoming engulfed in this conflict, engulfed in this crisis.
Ukraine's state-run nuclear company says the power to the facility, the connection, has been severed, so the plant has no power to cool the spent nuclear fuel. That increases the risk of radioactive leaks.
The most vulnerable spot right now is the storage of spent nuclear fuel.
That refers to precision camera systems that can then be installed onto Turkish drones that the Ukrainian forces have been using to great effect.
The mass exodus from Ukraine continues, with more than 2.3 million refugees leaving the war zone during 2 weeks of fighting.
I don't want to leave. I slept in the bathroom.
I see you've got the bathtub full of water there.
Yeah, this is in case they switched off the water and we can use it. I'm not afraid to die in the city I was born.
It is deadly for people in Mariupol. There's no water, so they are drinking the snow that is on the rooftop. There's no heat at all. We are in the middle of a really serious Arctic blast here.
They're having to dig mass graves because the morgue is full in that city.
Another attempt to get aid to the Kyiv port city. Local officials say the humanitarian crisis is worsening.
Video released today reportedly shows a destroyed Russian column. Ukrainian defenders continue to make the invaders pay a high price.
We're seeing some Ukrainian cities come under attack for the very first time.
There is a feeling here that today something has changed. You have an increasing squeezing certainly of the east, and then these critical places more in sort of central Ukraine and then to the west.
That column of Russian tanks, artillery, and troops, it has dispersed. One of Ukraine's top generals says a Russian offensive directly on Kyiv could come in days.